Good morning, Jackie.
And good morning and happy Friday. How are you?
Wonderful. And you seem to have so vibrating and radiating energies today. That's absolutely beautiful. Just give it out to everyone who wants to tap into these kinds of energies right now.
Absolutely. I've got so much to give today. So let's just have a beautiful, prosperous Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Let's go for it right up until next week.
Absolutely. And maybe let's tell our listeners a little bit about our manifestation story that is just so beyond amazing. So on another day, we're usually meeting to read. So all kinds of books. And one of the books that we read was by Dr. Joe Dispenza, Become Supernatural. And ever since, maybe you want to tell your part, how you were saying in 2022.
I am going to see Dr. Joe Dispenza, and I don't care where it is. I am going to go and see him. And you know what? He came to me because he came to Switzerland to be with you, Nick. And we're going to see him.
Exactly. And it was also funny because in January he was about to come to the UK and then he cancelled, right? Because of the COVID saga, that whatever. And then there was events in overseas, Mexico, Denver, whatever. It's like, maybe not. And we were just speaking about, how about us manifesting him coming to either Switzerland or the UK? So we have to just bring him here. And just recently we found out that he's actually coming to Switzerland. So if prosperity for you is going to see absolutely amazing and inspiring people, it's possible. If prosperity for you is to have the new house, it's possible. If prosperity, maybe you want to tell your house story. There we go. We have another story.
Well, this is it. I want a beautiful red brick 3-bedroom house, and it's waiting for me. I've put in an offer, and it's all going to be mine soon, Nadine. And this is it. The house, Joe Dispenza, meeting you guys again, and it's just, prosperity.
Yes. So you see, we don't just read the book. We don't just coach and teach, but we really do it. And it's so fun and cool and amazing when these things are coming together. So some say, oh, that's, miraculous, but it's just doing the work, is putting your mind on what you want. To exclude all other things that you don't want, shift your mind to what it is that makes you feel the way you want to feel, and then things line up. They just do.
Exactly. And I keep telling myself, everything is always working out for my highest good. Everything. And I repeat that every hour on the hour. Everything is working out for my highest good.
Yes, and so it is.
All right. So, should we get into reading? You Too Can Be Prosperous once again. Same time, same place. Every Friday, we will read a little bit. And thank you, everybody, for all your comments, for supporting us. It's just beautiful to see that you are learning with us and you're learning to grow with us too.
Absolutely. And if someone is joining us just today, so we are live every Friday. We are now on chapter 5. But so just scroll back in whatever platform you see this right now, because the other parts are going to be there. Pick up the book, and if you want to have in-depth guidance with either Jackie or myself, just reach out, and we're here for you to just make this happen. Because you too can be prosperous.
So I will start reading now, page 89, and I'm just the second paragraph in. So let's get rid of the idea that we are victims of circumstance. And I think that's so appropriate for today's, all the things that have happened in the last week. Believe me, there's been contrast. And this is what I don't want to say to people, it's all, rosy and it's fabulous all the time. There's contrast, but the contrast is there for you to learn. And when something happens that's not quite what the universe wants, well, not what you want, the universe is teaching you a lesson. Your source, God, whatever you want to call it, is teaching you a lesson. And you step back and you think, okay, why is this happening for me? And that's exactly it. I'm not a victim of circumstance anymore. I step back and I look at it and I think, okay, what am I going to learn from this contrast, is how I put it. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Poverty is not a verity, but an idea of lack operating in our minds. It is our failure to comprehend and understand God. Since there is no lack in God, poverty can be changed. If we had a perfect consciousness of the allness of God, we would automatically express prosperity in every department of our lives. The cattle on 1,000 hills are mine. The earth is the Lord's, and the fullness thereof. The silver is mine, and the gold is mine. It is not a far-off God who says these things to you. It is your own inner Christ who possesses all things. The cattle on 1,000 hills are yours in the same way that the music that fills your house is yours. How do you...
Maybe just again, for better understanding, for those who join us here and don't know how to read, that it is your own inner Christ who possesses all things. So just replace it with your consciousness, right?
soul?
It is exactly, it is in your inner consciousness, in your soul, in what you do, in your mind, in you. Everything is already in you. So you make a decision. What part of you are you tapping into?
Mm-hmm. Okay. So how do you take possession of that music and make it audible? By tuning into it. And that's it. Listen to the way you speak to yourself. Listen to your thoughts. Really analyze what you're thinking. You know, when something happens, how do I react to that situation? Start to become aware of your thoughts and your actions and your reactions around something. Simple as an email that comes in, a text message that comes in, something that you see. How do you react to it? What are your first thoughts about it? And that's what he's talking about here.
Yes.
The tuning in can be accomplished anywhere, at any time, and under any circumstances. So the man who recognizes God's substance and provides the proper pattern for its manifestation will know the truth of the statement, all things that the Father hath are mine. He will slay and eat. He will see opportunities. He will see success. He will see happiness. And he will see supply flowing into him from every side.
Yes. And that also has a lot of to do. Where is your awareness going? Where do you put your awareness? Are you conscious, or are you aware of all the opportunities showing themselves to you? Or are you just, because you don't see how something can be an opportunity, or you're not open enough to explore, even if it has, as you said, some contrast? Maybe you have to go uphill before it can go, before you can see the view, right? And yeah, so, but that's what it says, there are always plenty of opportunities. So start to see them, become consciously aware of them, and start to work with them in whatever form they come. Sometimes they come disguised in a tragedy, in something that doesn't feel good. Maybe you have to lose your job in order to start your business. Maybe you have to split up with a partner to find the partner of your life, right? So you never know what is coming out behind the difficulty. So don't be afraid of the difficulty. If something feels right and you don't know why, and you don't know how, and it even might feel, but there is difficulty ahead or so. So if your feeling says this is the way, if you know that you can, there is the light at the end of the tunnel, go to that light, because otherwise you'll stay in the tunnel forever, right? So one step after the other, and it's just there.
So how did Solomon become the richest man of his time? He developed the rich ideas that God had given him. Solomon was told that he could ask God for anything he desired. He could have
That's
asked...
exactly what I was just referring to. When you have this inspiration, it is thought, I have to do this, I have to go there, I have to whatever. If you know that something is right and you cannot see why, but that's what this just says. So he got a word and he did it. Never mind what other thoughts, or never mind the circumstances.
Correct. Exactly that. So go for it. He could have asked for great wealth, power, or influence, but he chose wisdom or rich ideas. His wealth came to him through the Queen of Sheba, the King of Tyre, and others who sought his help. Known as a man of great wisdom, he found riches flowing to him from every side. The metaphysician insists that rich ideas are the first requisite in demonstrating prosperity. If we recognize our spiritual inheritance and act with the law, no good thing will be withheld from us. He that hath a bountiful eye shall be blessed.
And I think that's also why this is so important when we always speak about the mindset. So it's about, setting your mind, about accepting ideas, about how the ideas create the riches, because riches is not money. Money is the result of rich ideas. Money is the means to express value in a physical form, right? But the riches itself is what you offer, how you offer it, how you bring things together. And so, as it says here, it's the wisdom. So what is your wisdom? Maybe that's the assignment of the week, right? Explore your wisdom and grow the wisdom.
Let's leave it there, Nadine, because I want us to analyze exactly what your wisdom is. What is your riches? Analyze that and think about what opportunities have I been given that I can expand on? What is my passion? What is really something that drives me from within?
Exactly. Yes, absolutely.
That was
this is so good. Thank you, Jackie. I absolutely adore reading with you every Friday.
Me too, Nadine. Thank you very much. I appreciate your time.
Okay, so everyone, see you back same time, same place next week. With You Too Can Be Prosperous, because you can. And if you don't want to wait for next week, reach out to Jackie or myself and let's get started.
Excellent. Bye.